What is going on, guys? BCD here, and today I just want to bring you a quick video. Today we're looking at the Magic Keyboard for the iPad Pro. This is something that I've been actually anticipating because I've been wanting to use my iPad as a laptop, sort of, in a way. I have my desktop. I just wanted something that I can use and get a little bit more stuff done on, and the Magic Keyboard kind of initiates that. So let's just get started here. So with the unboxing experience, is pretty much as simplistic as possible. It doesn't really have much to it outside of what is in the case, and that is the Magic Keyboard, some few little knickknacks and things like that, but it's more so solely that keyboard, which is awesome. I like it simplistic. Next, I want to go over like the build quality and kind of how it feels in the hand, and it actually does feel like it should have been a part of the iPad. It really has that same material, that same feel of a solid iPad in that keyboard. It's pretty heavy, so that kind of makes you feel as if it's durable and it's worthy to be attached to your iPad. The keyboard width and typing experience really out of the box, it feels good. It's really just big enough to fit both my hands. It doesn't feel like it's cramped. It doesn't feel like they're too close together. It doesn't feel like a compact. Ease of use and the setup is really just, as you've seen, just popping it on. There's not much else to it. As soon as you pop it on, the keyboard lights up, the gestures start working, the trackpad is fluid. There's nothing much more to it outside of just popping it on and keeping that experience as simple as possible. Is always what iPads and Apple did best. The hinge is actually pretty strong as well. First, it's like a two function setup. It's that first hinge that kind of stops at a 90-degree angle, and then it's their second hinge that kind of gives you more of a viewing angle change and the ability to change that. That's my happy dance. Obviously, I'm enjoying the keypad and the actual keyboard, but most of everything, like I just said, angles are perfect. For some reason, I don't necessarily need much more than what the angles that were provided. I don't really use my pen as much as I should, so I'm not that in that camp of I wish I had a better function for that. The Type-C pass-through comes in handy pretty much as it should. It's just another way of charging it without having to use up that slot. I don't do much on the iPad outside of just using it as a functioning typical laptop, pay bills, do stuff like that, walk around the house with it, have something to stay connected without being so tied to the desktop. So that's something that it does for me. It gives me the ability to do that. Going into like the options to change the keyboard, it doesn't have to be the click. Obviously the trackpad has clicks all around, but you can actually do tap to click, which I really enjoy because it's just a lot of clicking. I didn't like the experience. You can also change the brightness, how much you want the backlit keys to be. Using this thing at full brightness hasn't really given me a bad impact on battery life, to be honest. It's just as good as it was before. I'll probably have to test it more to kind of see what the difference is there, but really as of now, it's way more function than it's the trade-off of battery usage. This is me just typing on that keyboard, giving you some little function of how my hands kind of fit and where they kind of go. Again, very clicky, very tactile. It feels like a full-on keyboard. It does not feel cheap. It does not feel like it doesn't have enough travel time. It feels good to type on, and I can't say that enough. Gestures and shortcuts, if you hold down the command key, that's going to pull up option that you have when it comes to shortcuts. Gestures work just as they should, quick and easy. It's just like as if you were using it on the iPad. If you were actually touching it with your fingers, the gestures on there are just the same. It's very intuitive. You don't have to really think about it. You just start moving it and it's there. The size and the profile of it, I really enjoy it. I like the compact. I have the 11-inch. I don't have the 12-inch, and it fits just right. It gets into I take it to bed with me. I put it on my desk when I'm working at my desk with my desktop, so it's not as if it's in the way, it's not protruding. It's really just an overall good experience when you're typing and just trying to get stuff done. It's a great, at this point, it's kind of like a notepad for me. I kind of use it as a second screen to kind of get other stuff done while I'm using my desktop for other things. It has a very, like, again, low profile. It doesn't feel as heavy as people want it to be. It's not heavier than the MacBook 2018, and the profile kind of sits in that same similar profile. It's, again, just to give you guys a comparison of how the keyboard looks compared to a full-fledged keyboard. That's kind of the difference, and honestly, it's not that much. You lose a little bit on the space for the delete and the shift key, but honestly, it feels really good to type on. The lap experience, it's okay. I don't think it's the best, but it definitely gets the job done. You don't necessarily need to be pushing the boundaries on how far you can sit back on your lap, as long as you have it actually squared out on your legs. It should be fine. It is a little bit top heavy, so it may tip over, but some of that stuff, like I said, can be negated as long as you keep it close to you and have it on a full flat surface versus on the edge by your knees. But really, that's pretty much it. This is a pretty solid purchase for me. It is very expensive, so you be aware of that. It's $299, but if you do enjoy that and you enjoy the Apple experience, I think it's well worth the money. But that's pretty much it for me. I want to thank you guys for watching, and if you enjoyed this, please don't forget to like and subscribe. But I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.